The number one thing I do is I don't say no for them.
Okay.
Everybody says no, they're not gonna like this. They don't care about my kickball team. They don't care that I collect wine. They don't care that I'm in the business with my brother. They do care.
I guess where do you keep the balance between quantity versus quality?
Quality is subjective, quantity isn't.
Okay, gotcha. Second question is with...
And real quick, I'm gonna stay on that because it's gonna bring value. And ironically, I just mentioned it, the excuse of perfection. Quality is in the eye of the beholder. Everybody's not creating because like, it needs to be quality. That's insecurity or politics in every organization. Somebody wants to make the subjective, creative call to justify their being. Instead of doing what I do, which is produce content at scale and let the consumer give me feedback to make me better at it. I get to quality by doing quantity. Like there is no, Zucks isn't behind some Wizard of Oz thing being like, I don't like this Ohio guy, no. This is basic. I love when this gets political. They're like suppressing conservatives or suppressing liberals. No, they're not. Their entire business is your attention. I can know everything about you right now if I open up your Instagram and look at your explore feed. You're a perv? I know. You love basketball? I know. Like this is so funny that people think there's something going on. It's just propaganda. These machines are just running math against what people are doing. The end. Don't like it? Fine. You can move. But this is how it's happening. This isn't Russia, this isn't China. You know, like people are very, very, very naive. Real pleasure.
Question for you.
Please.
We work in flooring business.
Okay.
And it's mostly residential existing homes.
Yep.
Growing a lot by
Good.
reputation,
Yep.
old school way,
Yep.
and Google reviews.
Understood.
Facebook page we never post to it because we don't have time, just trying to keep up with sales.
Understood.
Right. But off of what you said this morning, what kind of content would you produce?
Yep.
Because I've thought of stuff in the past and just
Yep.
haven't had time to do it.
That,
And where?
all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Facebook and LinkedIn.
And where? Okay.
Facebook and LinkedIn.
So, and what kinds of content? I mean,
How-tos, how to preserve. I think
designers.
like anything that you would even conceive if the four of us had dinner and I'm like,
Yeah.
tell me about it.
Yeah.
People, there is no, what I'm trying to get people to understand is instead of thinking about what, put out everything and see what they want, not what we think is right. It's finding right instead of being right.
That makes sense.
A million different things.
Yeah.
A million different things.
Can I follow up with a second question?
Yeah.
You
You could even make content about being in a business with a sibling, and that may resonate with somebody on LinkedIn. No, really, it's a very, like, I think it's actually potentially your biggest pillar of content. You guys talking about how to make a family business work will have a whole group of people become aware of you who then happen to also need flooring.
I would also think too, you're in a space
Got
where
it?
people or consumer can assume it's commoditized, where all your content is not commoditized, right? You would think I can go hire any, floor. It's not the case.
No, you can't.
Yeah, right,
But
exactly.
I'm telling you, this doesn't cost as much money. And so you should put out content about, it is, man. And it
Just
doesn't have to be
using this.
overproduced, just using that at first. It gives you indicators.
It's not that complicated.
Portfolio.
What do you do?
Construction.
Okay,
And so what my question is should I take my 1,300 followers and expound upon the business? And I run the construction business. I'm
Yes.
not the founder, but I run the business. Should I expound upon the followers I already have using me?
Yes.
And okay. Versus make a whole new one?
I would do both.
Do both?
Yes.
Okay.
But you have
Okay.
leverage with what you have right now.
Okay. And when you were talking, you talked a little about, talk about you. And
Yes.
so should I add things
Yes.
about my personal life?
100%.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. And is that
Don't say no for the audience.
okay? Okay.
That's the number one thing I do is I don't say no for them.
Okay.
Everybody says no, they're not gonna like this. They don't care about my kickball team. They don't care that I collect wine. They don't care that I'm in the business with my brother. They do care.
Okay. And it makes you basically a more approachable, more likable,
100%.
more normal person.
100%.
Okay.
You might be walking through like Browns and like, oh yeah, you know, like
Yeah, yeah.
you never know what it is.
That makes sense. Okay,
right, good,
awesome. Very good. Can I get a
Photo?
picture
Yep.
with you?
One question. You're a high energy guy. How to keep your energy up?
I think I've come to realize it's gratitude. Gratitude is my fuel. I'm grateful. It's like I'm alive.
That's good, man.
Yeah, I keep things very basic. As long as my family's healthy, it's hard for me to get down. It really is. I've really got a very old school perspective.
Yeah.
And so I'm just grateful, you know?
Cool, man.
Why people should be grateful for traveling.
Yo guys, it's GaryVee again. You know, you saw my impromptu rant a couple of weeks ago. I'm sending some real love to all employees at the airport. I travel a lot. I see a lot. They're just underrated. They just are. I just don't understand the lack of gratitude of the traveling community. The reality is, it is the most remarkable technology in the world. You go in a metal device and you land in another place in record time. Of course, there's going to be some delays and things of that nature. Gratitude and kindness always makes a trip better. What are you looking for?
Just want to ask you a question.
A question?
Anything for millennials trying to manage everything.
Video?
Learning how to manage everything. How do you manage everything, Gary? Everything
By
that you
not overjudging myself. That's the actual answer, bro.
do. Appreciate it.
It's hard to manage. Nobody's managing everything every day. It's about lack of judgment on oneself. Patience. That's why I push it. Because when you think you're gonna actually work for the next 80 years, all of a sudden 8 days and 8 months doesn't mean so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you so
You're
much,
welcome.
Gary.
So my industry is so heavily regulated, I can't like somebody's post because it's considered a recommendation.
I understand.
So I like
But you
what you
can't,
said.
no, you can't, listen, I'm deep in this. You can't like somebody's post who's making some sort of claim or is within your field.
So, but if it's just like cheese, well,
You
chase,
do
but-
understand that you could make content around soccer and that could be the gateway to your
Well, that's
clients.
what I like. You said like interview local community officials. I
Dude,
love
there's
that, dude.
so
I'm
many
gonna
ways
do
to
that.
navigate this.
Yeah.
I've been working on a deck that I'm gonna put out on LinkedIn of like how to create content in a regulated industry. Look for it, I'm gonna put it out in the fall. But honestly, it's a paradigm shift. Instead of dwelling on what you can't do, which is what you can't do, start the process of, I couldn't ship to 39 of the 50 states when I started my wine company because of laws. Instead of just sitting there every day like everybody else and crying, I crushed the 11 states I could.
So a lot of people are fighting for attention on gaming content and like passive viewing content, right? Like, how do we make our thing? And I'm not like asking you to answer this right
Dude,
now. I'm just like,
it's content at scale that's contextual to the moment, right? It's making 747 pieces of content on TikTok that understands what content on TikTok works.
yeah,
The end.
yeah.
It's kind of like, how do I get into incredible shape? 7 days a week, I want you to eat properly and I want you to work out properly. You know, like the thesis is simple, the execution's hard.
Yeah.
But that is the thesis.
Yeah, so we're looking to probably bring in a head of content that's literally like, we're gonna freelance out a lot in terms of content creation, but this head of
Again,
content-
in this, think of that the same way I told you to think about Twitter. The sooner, I know it's an overhead, there's value, you know, the sooner it becomes yours, the better.
Yeah.
Because you know this, the scariest part is social media marketing works uncomfortably well. The problem is 99% of people who claim they know it don't.
I mean, that is 100.
Right? That is the craziest thing right now. It's so right, but the amount of clowns compared to actual executors is so out of control because the judges don't know how to judge it, which has created the ability for so many clowns to run wild.
But no, I mean, TikTok's incredible. I mean, you saw the news coming out of VidCon, like that was the place that people really needed to be. It's kind of, what did you say? It's like training wheels for YouTube or something like that?
My point on Snapchat, the last two that have popped, and actually, I'm sorry, Instagram too. Pay attention, Instagram with filters, Snapchat with the way it kind of worked also with filters and then really AR first, and then TikTok with music. The last three social networks that popped are helping people create.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
Got it? So that's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, what else helps somebody create? The music, like someone's like, I don't know what to do. Take something that's popular, music-wise, and it doesn't matter what you do, you got a shot. It's no different than sampling classics. You know, like Diddy did it better than anybody ever did it at Bad Boy. I'm just gonna sample the classics from the last generation and reboot it. and get great talent to go over it. Music just makes me and Matt have a chance, you know?
Yeah.
So that's how I see it. I see the last 3 social network platforms that have come out have assisted in the content creation. So my argument is, if you're the kid sitting in your basement right now, Sally, and you're 13 and you're like, I'm the next Mark Zuckerberg, it might be a good idea to think about what training wheels can I put on my app that helps somebody.
You want to make content?
Just to throw it up on the story. Something fun with Gary.
Yeah, let me take it.
All right.
Hey guys, it's Gary. I stole Matt's phone. He doesn't know. He clearly knows. What's your favorite thing about Matt? Leave a comment.
Isn't it funny how people don't want to learn though? To your point, they give this advice and then come up afterwards and be like, so what do I do now? Well,
Go.
Learn.
Go.
Do.
Right.
Like, you can't just hire somebody, or at least that would be better.
Ask your mom. Google.
It is amazing.
Google's your mom.
It is
That was
amazing
such a
how
good-
the answers are all out there, right? There are no mysteries.
There are no mysteries.
People don't want to accept
No.
that. But the answers are
They
everywhere.
don't want to do it.
No.
It's no different than dieting.
Yeah, well,
They don't want to do it.
right. That's true. So is that a lack of intrinsic motivation? I don't think so.
It's a disconnect between words and actions.
Yeah, that's true. Between intention and action.
It's a disconnect between the narrative one is putting out to the world
and
and
to
then
themselves.
Uh-huh.
Right? I really want this, but like you really don't want it.
100%.
Because the information is available.
100.
and
Like
you're not-
I really wanted it. I gave up my 20s.
Right.
Like I can never, through all my passion, actually describe. It was too ridiculous. I did nothing.
What do you mean?
I mean,
Something else?
I overcorrected. I worked every
I always
minute.
say- it's funny. he's like,
100%.
My brother's always like, you're gonna die. I was like, this is what it looks like. It's not a scalpel. I got to overcorrect to end up anywhere near where I want to go, and I might die in the process. Hopefully not.
That's
you know
it.
what I mean? But
But it's kind of like being a caterpillar. Like I'm gonna be a butterfly. Like this is the destiny.
Right.
Like nothing else is interesting.
No, I agree. Well, this is my hobby.
This
is my
with
journey.
death is better than not this
Right.
without
Well, I
death.
always say, what's the alternative? This is a better outcome.
I'd rather live happy.
Can you wrap up the DailyVee with that?
I'd rather be happy. Going from Columbus to New York.
So we're waiting here in the next location for the next meeting, and Gary's just hidden behind some cars across the street. Wonder if he can see us. Because I feel like he just made a face.